Coming up on UMTV News, the last remaining Israeli hostage has been released from Gaza. We'll tell you how Israel celebrated his return.
Plus, we'll tell you how one Miami nonprofit is fighting to end hazing in schools.
And later on, thousands of flights have been canceled after this weekend snowstorm that hit at least 40 states. We'll tell you where major airports stand now.
These stories and more ahead on UMTV News, and it starts right now.
Welcome to UMTV News. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. I'm Carter Lutz.
And I'm Layla Pettis. Thank you for joining us. Sources say the Trump administration is pulling top Border Patrol official Gregory Bovino out of Minneapolis. Trump said he is sending border czar Tom Homan to Minnesota to manage the immigration operation. This comes amid growing calls for a new approach to the federal immigration crackdown in the state.
He's sending in his top guard, and really it's escalating because we just want to be left alone.
City and state leaders in Minnesota, as well as residents in Minneapolis, reacting to news the Trump administration is changing its immigration enforcement leadership in the city.
Good riddance. Couldn't have came sooner.
This amid growing outcry after federal agents shot and killed protester Alex Preddy on Saturday. President Donald Trump signaling new willingness to work with Democratic state officials. Trump said Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called him, saying, quote, "It was a very good call and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength." Walz described the call as productive and said the president agreed to look into reducing the number of federal agents in Minnesota. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey said he also spoke with Trump and told the president his main request is that the immigration crackdown in the city be brought to an end. Meanwhile, some who witnessed Preddy's killing are sharing more details about what they saw.
I mean, the thing that stood out to me was that he was calm. There was no way that he was the one escalating this.
Amid ongoing protests and the growing memorials to Preddy, there was also a heartening moment of kindness as some Minnesota National Guard members handed out donuts and coffee to protesters.
I think that's true Minnesota energy. This is all about community.
The Department of Homeland Security is investigating the death of Alex Preddy, and President Trump has said he wants a, quote, "very honorable and honest investigation."
Israeli families, officials, and supporters are celebrating the return of hostages held captive by Hamas after the deadly attacks of October 7th. More than 250 hostages were taken, and dozens of them died in captivity. The Tel Aviv ceremony comes after the IDF's announcement about finding and returning the body of the last remaining hostage. The return of Ron Vili, a police officer killed while fighting Hamas militants on October 7th, fulfilled Israel's goal to return all hostages, living or dead. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu announced the recovery of Vili's body and praised U.S. President Trump for his help in achieving that goal.
People didn't believe that we'd get the 20 live hostages. With President Trump's help, we got them out.
Netanyahu also said that the next step is to dismantle Hamas military capabilities and demilitarize the Gaza Strip.
Today marks Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day to honor the 6 million Jews who died at the hands of Nazis. January 27th is a day to remember, reflect, and recommit to standing against anti-Semitism, hate, and intolerance in all forms, so history never repeats itself. According to the U.S. Holocaust Museum, some people choose to honor the victims by reading their names out loud or lighting candles in their memory. The museum leads national ceremonies featuring survivor testimonies and conducting public victim name reading ceremonies. It also offers educational resources, virtual and in-person events that honor victims and survivors.
Back here in Miami, an initiative born out of tragedy is demanding accountability and change. One local organization is working to protect students from hazing and other dangers. Jake Baum spoke with the founder about why their mission matters.
Compassionate leadership. That's the phrase of the day for these students from Coconut Grove in Miami, Florida.
Compassionate leadership inside school, even like in little things like group projects, can have big effects.
Mateo is one of many student ambassadors at the Antonio Cialis Leadership Foundation.
We provide a safe space for the students to have difficult conversations.
And that includes awareness and education about hazing.
We do hazing prevention through compassionate leadership because it's just the opposite.
But it was tragedy that prompted the creation of the program.
We endured the worst days of our lives.
Flavia's son and the organization's namesake, Antonio Cialis, graduated from the Ransom Everglades School in Coconut Grove and enrolled in his dream school, Cornell University, in 2019.
He was a campus tour guide already. He was playing for a soccer.
By his parents' accounts, Antonio was thriving at Cornell until his body was found in a gorge. His parents say hazing was to blame.
He attended a Dirty Rush event that involved hazing practices and forced alcohol consumption.
Antonio was last seen at the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity house that night after he had met his mother for dinner. The following semester, the university suspended the fraternity indefinitely. Antonio's younger brother, Christopher, who was only 12 when the tragedy struck, is now a mentor at the foundation.
Through all the different, the different obstacles that have come in front of us, we have like overcome them, and we're coming, stronger as showing others, how to lead.
College freshman Ella Barnett is a great example of that. She channels the compassion into her educational presentations.
The seniors got a harsh one, about what is hazing and the dangers of it.
The organization mentors students to become the next generation of compassionate leaders. Leaders just like Antonio.
We'll take a short break now, but coming up on UMTV News, we'll have some details on the plane crash that left several dead in the state of Maine.
And we will take you to an annual celebration honoring a Cuban icon right here in town. We will be right back.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
6 people are dead after a private jet crashed during a takeoff at Bangor International Airport in Maine on Sunday. The private passenger plane crashed upside down just after taking off from Bangor. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the cause of the crash, but because of the weather, the NTSB has had a tough time even getting to Maine. One passenger recalls the event.
We didn't really know. I think my wife thought she heard something. We were hoping to get out, but we didn't know for sure, because of the weather.
The airport is set to be closed until at least Thursday, adding to a long list of delays and cancellations throughout the country because of the weather.
Air travel across the country is still feeling from the effects of the powerful winter storm that left many travelers scrambling to adjust plans. While South Florida airports remain open, ripple effects from the storm are causing major delays and cancellations nationwide. Airports in the Northeast and Midwest are experiencing heavy snow and ice. Many have either temporarily closed or had reduced operations, and some airlines are still working to recover. Travelers are urged to check flight status before heading to the airport as delays continue.
Miami-Dade County is home to more than 900,000 residents of Cuban origin. In Hialeah, the city with the highest percentage of Cubans in the Miami metro area, an annual celebration honoring a revolutionary leader is helping teach a new generation about Cuba's history. Jimena Hidalgo went to check out the parade and joins us live to tell us more. Jimena?
The sound of drums, waving flags, and generations line the streets, all to honor one man who ignited a movement. Each year, Hialeah residents march to celebrate the life of José Martí, a poet, writer, and revolutionary who fought for Cuba's independence. Local schools and education programs take center stage in this parade.
So they prepare, especially you'll see the little elementary school kids, the middle school kids, they're dressed like José Martí, they have their flags, and they love it. I mean, my generation has memories of being in the parade.
Martí wrote most of his work from exile. He called for freedom, education, and democracy. For Cuban Americans in Hialeah, the parade is a way to stay close to their origins and honor these values.
It means a lot because it reminds me of my Cuban heritage, my roots, where I come from, where my grandparents come from. My grandfather was a political prisoner, and this country has brought him and all of us freedom and hope.
For the city, the parade brings the community together regardless of background.
I'm not Cuban American, my family's from Honduras, but I always participated since I was a kid, and it was just nice to see the community get together and be able to pass on traditions.
Martí's legacy is also taught through symbols from his writing. Sophia and Amy, students from José Martí Mast Academy, marched dressed as white roses, a nod to one of his poems.
I feel like it's a very important celebration because we're celebrating his birthday and because he's a hero to us.
Martí died in battle fighting for Cuba's freedom in 1895. That mission remains unfulfilled for Cubans, now 60 years under an authoritarian regime.
Yes, I hope and pray that one day Cuba is free and civilized. I still have family in Cuba, but within ourselves we can rebuild fellowship and community and become unified.
If you'd like to celebrate José Martí Day yourself, the city of Coral Gables is hosting their own ceremony in his honor tomorrow, January 28th at Freedom Plaza at 10:30 a.m. Reporting live for UMTV, I'm Jimena Hidalgo.
On Saturday, in the Miami neighborhood of Wynwood, runners from across South Florida laced up for more than just a workout. The women-run Wynwood Shakeout brought hundreds together ahead of the Miami Marathon. The event was hosted in partnership with Lifetime and gave runners a chance to connect, stay active, and celebrate fitness in one of Miami's most vibrant neighborhoods.
It's kind of crazy to see so many people, especially in Miami, getting together to run and not do what people think Miami is necessarily about. So I guess it just spreads it. It's an everybody can do it mindset. You just have to show up.
In a city known for the party, this was a different kind of celebration. One built on motivation and people showing up for themselves to get to the finish line. Miami men's basketball headed up to Syracuse to take on the Orange Saturday afternoon, trying to snap a two-game losing streak. Let's take you to the highlights. Early in this one, Shelton Henderson, the true freshman, finds the lane, slams it home, gives Miami a quick lead. Later in the first half, you got Malik Renew, leading scorer for the team, and one, count that baby, in a foul. Miami with a 4-point lead. 13 minutes to go in the game. Timu for three, gets it to go, and finally to close things out, the big man, Uday, finishing it off, 85-76, Miami able to get the victory.
And finally, for one young hockey fan in Alaska, a wish was not just about watching the game, but getting to be a part of the team. 3-year-old Caleb Seidel is battling leukemia, but for one weekend, that fight took a back seat. The Make-A-Wish Foundation traveled to Seattle with Caleb and his family and gave him the opportunity to live out his dream of being on a hockey team.
The thing that stands out to me the most is I don't think I fully understood the nature of Caleb's wish. I knew he wanted to be in a hockey environment, watch hockey, play hockey, but his original wish was to be a hockey team. So just kind of to see his dream come to life and really understand it.
From meeting professional players to practicing skills, it was not the gifts and jerseys that mattered the most to Caleb, but the sense of belonging.
And that's all the time we have on this edition of UMTV News. Thank you for joining us.
We'll be right back next week, same place, same time. Have a good night.